Hey Max, it's JC with Portland Music Live. How you doing, buddy? We haven't talked in so long. How are you?
Hey, what's up, JC? How's it going?
Good,
to be
good.
here.
Oh, good, good. Hey, I was just calling to catch up. We haven't talked in a long time. Wanted to find out what's going on with Max Ribner band these days.
Yeah, it's a great question. We've been producing the album for about 19 months, and it's finally coming to a close and mixing. And I've been at New North Sound Studios and Camp Creek Studios behind the scenes producing and recording. And we have the youth choir, the Warfield from Prince, Stevie McGill from Beyonce, lots of educational and diversity elements in the album and storytelling, and very happy to be putting this out in 2014.
Oh, nice. So you guys, how long you been working on that one, did you say?
About 19 months it's been.
Oh, long time. Excellent.
Yeah.
Are you doing anything in the Portland area? Do you have any shows coming up? Are you guys playing out anywhere?
Pay attention and catch us most likely in April for a big release. April or May is the big vision of a release show. One with Youth Music Empowerment, which is a youth group I've started, and Max Ribner Band. And hopefully, if we get lucky, we'll do a dual release, releasing the album, telling the story from both albums. And that's really what the music is about, is to tell the story of my truth and bringing the community together. I've really focused on how great of a community Portland is, and really pulled in some amazing spirits and faces and hands and percussionists and, Latin percussionists, a hammer dulcimer player, Max VT from New York City, and then the usual band that I run with, Michael Doherty on bass, my brother on the keyboards, Matthew Flowers on vocals from Shy Girls. So, yeah, I'm very blessed to have an amazing community here in Cascadia.
Good deal. Hey, Max, let me ask you, when it comes to writing your tracks, are you the sole writer? And in terms of producing, is that you solely, or who are you working with on that?
Yeah, another great question. So basically how the tracks start out, usually in nature, ironically, and just listening. And usually we'll hear a melody, because actually the next album I got coming up is based on my dreams, which melody coming in the mornings, waking up, getting on the phone, recording what I heard in the dream, and then writing a song around it. And so basically I have a grandma's piano here at my house, and we'll sit at that as a place of writing, and also bringing great peace for me to it's winter time, to really gather my thoughts. Kind of like, we go inward for the fire, gathering the kindling of all these songs and really bringing them to life. And so usually I'll kind of, sip on the piano, play the song. Sometimes there's a couple pieces, and then I'll realize that they're part of the same song, and then, basically like kind of fitting a puzzle together, and, melding it all together and hopefully telling a story. And for me, that's what albums are about, is really an artist telling their story. Maybe it's about them going through a hard time, or a revelation, hope or inspiration. That's a big one for me on this next album, is really focusing on hope for this world, and how music can be a tool of healing, and really believing in that, that it really can inspire our people and the youth.
Let me ask you also, you speak of the Native American aspect and the youth group. How did you get these elements into your production of music? How did that come to be?
I've always been drawn to kids and youth, and just loving being a kid growing up, and really just soaking in what they had to say, and really treating them as teachers, and just treating them equally as who I am, and learning from them. And I basically, when I started this self-titled album, this is our second official album, one of the first things I did is I put a post out on Facebook about working with some kids in the school and recording them. And my friend Jenny Wren, another great singer-songwriter, hit me up and said, "I'm working at this Cascadia school, come on in." So I went in and introduced myself, played some trumpet and flute, and taught them two melodies, and basically had an engineer there from New North Sound, Noah Woodburn, and we gathered them up, in a semicircle, and there came the melodies, and there's this amazing track called "We Be Happy," which Liv Warfield sings on, and just picturing a hammer dulcimer player playing with a vibraphone, playing with a trombone and trumpet and piano, very mellow track, along with Liv, who's just riffing over everybody, and then the kids singing "We Be Happy," really telling the people, I know the people right now, we be happy, which is a very simple line, but yet so welcoming and inviting,
right.
to really open our people up to happiness and not being afraid to laugh a little bit. And the Native American element, basically since about 18, I've been very drawn to the indigenous ways of living, and not really focused on one tribe at first, just really trying to gather any knowledge that I could draw in and bring into my life. I basically love their way of living and their traditions of how we're all connected to the land, connected to the water, fire, and the winds and the earth, and all singing the same song, in our own forms. And basically pursued that interest when I moved out to Northwest and met an amazing elder, Sweet Medicine. And she's a Lakota elder who was raised Lakota by her grandfather and really had to fight hard to get through to being an elder, because, she's experienced a lot of arrows being thrown, of, not really walking the right path, and really she's trusted that she is a healer and an elder and runs amazing men's groups and women's groups. And so I reached out to her, and she welcomed me in her community, and been involved in her men's groups and hosted groups over here. And if y'all out there don't know about men's groups, basically it's, a safe gathering for men to come together and talk about their lives. And,
right.
Just creating that space, that space, which isn't as common in this world. And so basically for my music, I really try to, once you're speaking on it, I really try to pull in that element, because I feel like through music we can bring harmony and peace and meld traditions and cultures together and not be separated. And music really is being a source of melding us together as one people, as a cliche as it sounds, and believing in it. I think that's a big part about what music's about, is really just believing in it, see that vision, and just go for it. And this album is really been about that, going for it, going to the school, going to the reservation to see Sweet Medicine and talking to her and her stories, reaching out to Liv, reaching out to Dee Miguel, and Jonte, and with no ego, just, and that's what I've noticed about Puerto musicians. Like, they love music. If you have a message and story to tell, they're very open, just like the kids and Sweet Medicine.
Right. And real quick, let's go back to the new album that's coming. How many tracks do you have, slated for that?
There are, 1 second. I think it's about 9 to 11. That's a great question. And the reason it's taking me a second is because I'm working on my next album, which has 13.
So you're working on album number 2, and we haven't released this one yet, but we're working on another one. Okay.
But my lucky number is 9. I'm pretty sure it's about 9 tracks, and you'll notice that there's really a side A and a side B, similar to our first album here in Spirit. Side A is really more about funky, disco, soul, upbeat, really just straight up funk kind of thing, but with still a positive message.
Right.
I really like to put that in there, not trying to shy away from anything that's not serving our people, really just trying to lift them up. For example, we have a song called What You Say coming out, releasing February 1st, little pre-single release coming out. So stay tuned for that. And, one of the lyrics is root down, rising up. We the people right now, we can make a change. And just picture that sung by 3 amazing gospel singers. two of which Sting would live now. Liv's going to be on Jimmy Fallon, so that's January. So pay attention to that.
Oh, we will. Okay.
And so side B is a little more of a from the heart. You know, still has some good soul grooves, but a little more downbeat and you know, not as Disco Nation style. You know, just really touching both sides of music, and I really love that full circle of. I went to school at Berklee College of Music, and part of their motto was nothing conservatory about it. You know, music conservatory might limit you to jazz and classical, and their school is about reggae, it's about, you know, classical harpists being able to play jazz and gospel and soul. And I really try to infuse that in music. You know, you always will hear a little bit of a couple Latin sections, and then you might hear a breakdown in the hip hop section, and then you might hear this, you know, pop section, and just not being afraid to incorporate styles that all have their beauty, you know, and really being open to that. Even we released a track, Mama Africa, which you can tune into at MaxRibnerBand.com or MRB-Nation.com, and you'll hear at the end of it, it's like a rock section. And, you know, and I'd be like, never would have thought I'd write a rock section in the song.
Right.
And I really thank Berklee College of Music for that, because they really taught us to be open about it. And I took that with me in graduating, and, for example, in the youth group, really showed that to them. And part of the reason why I love working with youth is because many of them, I've noticed, quit because they don't have the right teacher, or they're forced to play classical jazz, which is still a great style. But when you have a mentor or a leader that's stepping in and saying, hey, like, music is it's fun. You don't have to do the style that I'm into it. You can, you know, go into African drumming. You can write your own songs. And so I took just about 10 to 13 kids, and we took them in our home and really just co-wrote together. And that's a project called Youth Music Empowerment. And I just really wasn't afraid. I just put it out there in the universe, and all these kids came into our house, and we formed a group and a groove. And the name of the album is called Wolf Talk. A song we co-wrote together.
And you guys have a Facebook for that, don't you? I've seen it.
That's right.
Yeah, okay.
Facebook.com/Youth Music Empowerment. And that's really what it is, using music and leadership as a form of empowering the kids and really letting them take home inspiration and feeling empowered, you know, to go home and to write. And I hear some of the parents will text me or write me and say, oh, your kids are singing my song, you know, their songs all day. And I'm like, that's what I'm talking about. You know, let the kids have that chance to be exposed to creativity, you know, to be exposed to writing, you know, because a lot of kids don't get to experience that. You know, we took them in the studio. I mean, how many kids get to co-write songs and then, you know, get to be taken in the studio? And I really wanted to open that door, and extremely grateful for the amount of hands and generosity that's gone into this project, of volunteering. Dana White, who's going to master this album for free, you know, it's a huge deal. And my friend Joe Hall, who's mixing Max Ribner Band, and Matthew Flowers, a vocalist and producer. Same thing, you know, they'll just come and hang out and help me mix the record for the youth and the Max Ribner Band. And it's just like, they're like no sweat, you know. They're not worried about money. They're just really doing it from their heart.
Fantastic. Well, Max, I know that you're busy, and, you know, like I said, I hadn't talked to you in quite some time. I wanted to call and definitely, you know, keep my hands on you and keep reaching out and seeing what's going on. You know, do you have anything else you want to tell the people before I do let you go?
Well, I want to tell you, JC, that you're an amazing brother, and for all you out there to support Portland Music Live and to really stick true to your truth and your vision. My partner Christina has just launched her chocolate business, which is called Kilikinas, Kilikinas, and she just launched a fundraiser to water her vision on forming community and song and dance with cacao and cacao ceremony. So I'm definitely doing a lot of cool stuff, you know, that's not always evolved around music, and really supporting those who are stepping into their the highest. And,
Yeah.
you know, not just my partner, but those who are really like yourself, JC, that are really taking that courage to kind of take a left turn off the beaten path and form your own trail, and also form community that can really support you. And I really give thanks for those fundraisers and those websites that can help artists. Like I did a Kickstarter for my last album, and I'm extremely grateful that, you know, artists, we have that courage to do self-promotion when, you know, we're not on a record label. And for all the other humans and artists and creators out there, knowing that you really can do what you want to do. You can do what you're supposed to do. And I've been seeing ants a lot lately. Just remember to be patient, to form your little village, you know, to build, not to force things. Take your time, and hopefully for me, not taking 2 years to make the next album, but I'm extremely grateful to be putting it out and letting it blossom.
Well, Max, we're all excited. Yeah, we're all excited to hear the new stuff. Most definitely.
Yeah. So thank you, JC. Thank you, Medicine for the People. Thank you, Kelly Keenan. Thank you, Portland Music Live. And may all of our dreams come true and visions blossom.
And we thank you for your kind words, Max. And you know, on that note, I will let you get back to the studio and write 3 more albums before this last one. This one's coming out. And
yeah,
so.
Just a last reminder. Just y'all out there, if you're listening to this, just check out maxribnerband.com. That's RIBNER, maxribnerband.com, or MRB-nation.com. And you can just stay tuned to when the album and hopefully a dream show is going to be released with this educational multicultural event will happen. And add me on Facebook, Max Ribner. I got some cool stuff going on that's inspirational.
You got it, Max. We are so tuned in and dialed in, and you know, as always, we appreciate your time. And just as soon as something comes up, hit us up, and we'll be there. And you know, I'm gonna go ahead and sign off at this point, and say your goodbye. And
thanks for encouraging me to speak.
You got it.